Old Spice gentlemen.
Rice Krispies treats. Greetings, Anna.
Alright, I think we can switch over. Awete everyone, this is Regulus Pastor. Welcome back to Higurashi no Nakokoro ni. It's been almost 6 years since I've done this, and we've done voice acting streams of this all this time. Um, and now we get to start Minagoroshi-hen, the seventh arc, and it's uh, it's been a while. I've put on a little weight. Uh, I put on moderate weight. I've let's see. I had I'm almost definite. I'm sure it was long COVID. I couldn't test positive for it, but I had long COVID and fairly advanced Lyme disease uh, that I was battling at the same time for 2 years. I had the long COVID. That was like 2022 or so. Um, 2020 to 2022. Um, and I had other stuff going on. Tech didn't work out. Um, and then I moved to a whole other county. Um, so I've been settling in most recently into my new apartment. Um, yeah, I had a lot going on. Um, and I'm ready to return to voice acting if my lungs and throat will permit me. Again, I had long COVID, and I actually recently had COVID, like I tested positive for it um, within the past month. Um, so I've still got a tiny bit of a lingering cough, but it's just the tiniest bit. And of course, I still have allergies, so expect me to be clearing my throat every so often, especially with the voice acting. That gets to be a lot, but I love doing it. I love doing it, and I love that I have that range that I can do so many voices believably. And yeah, let's boot this up. I've only messed with like the main menu stuff. Um, so yeah, let's close out the YouTube playlist stuff. Um, um, oh wait, that's the wrong arc. Um, um, accidentally, or not thinking, I installed Tsumihoroboshi-hen because I couldn't find a playlist for it. It's like, oh, do I have to do this arc all over again? And like, so that I could have the YouTube videos and stuff for it. But I have the videos, I just didn't put them in a playlist. So I did that last night. So now let's boot up the right arc this time. Um, all right, here we go. It took a second. Basically, just had the seventh expansion title. Um, you couldn't see the other arc that I booted up because it was set to capture this specific window. Um, so yeah, um, I don't know how the volume's gonna stack up, but just the button clicking stuff, I edited a volume thing based on that. Um, I'm not gonna get into this right now. Let's start. Massacre chapter. This story introduces the unit inside and out, using all the actors. This is no longer a story. It's a public autopsy for all to join. As they say, after loving someone, cut open their belly and eat their organs. It's the same with stories. Difficulty is quite mild, well suited for those with pride. Um, I don't know if I have pride. I think I gutted a lot of that out from my childhood. Um, Maybe this doesn't fit me. Let's start it anyway. You think that's funny, huh?
What are you doing? I don't see you playing by yourself that often. All you could do before was to nod to my questions. Since when do you have your own will? I'm glad. I finally have a sister or brother. Whichever you are. I used to be an existence of nothingness, just like you. One day, I began to have my own identity, my own thoughts, and eventually my own will. Though it's no surprise to see you in possession of your own will. Welcome to this vast yet tiny world, my sister. You might be my brother, but let me call you my sister until I know for sure. This is an endless, eternal, and infinite world. That doesn't mean it's boundless and vast. I suppose you could describe it like a ring with a small diameter. While the ring is an eternal, endlessly looping world, that doesn't mean it contains infinite space.
Hold on, I was just checking to see that I was unmuted. I need to clear my throat actually. This meantime.
Yes, in short, this world is eternally sealed.
Hold on. Log.
While the ring is an eternal, endlessly looping world, that doesn't mean it contains infinite space. Yes, in short, this world is eternally sealed. The future is supposed to be an infinite weave of countless choices. Yet, for whatever reason, our world always ends in death. If I were to compare it to something, perhaps a maze of fate would be appropriate. Looping for the same moments forever, steadily grows harder and more dejected, eventually producing something like me. Then as that draws further on, even one like you is born. And eventually this world may be filled with your sisters too. After that, we'll build a colony inside of it. And once we lose our interest in this maze, Higurashi will disappear from this world. It looks like you still cling to this narrow wall of the gut. Though I lost it just long ago. Which is why I'm truly glad you were born for me to talk to. So what are you doing? Are you collecting fragments of memory?
That visual looks cool. And this down here is shimmering.
You see like 5 or 6 of them right now.
These are for characters.
It must still be fun for you though. There used to be more fragments long ago. But one by one they disappeared into the darkness. Now, these are the only ones that remain clear. Oh, that's not how you're supposed to use it. See? Try and hold it up to the light. All of that is the life of Higurashi, and its end. That one is... Oh, I remember that one. That's the road when Keiichi was cursed. Those fragments are like books to me, so I titled that one the Onigakushi chapter. Do you remember what happened in that one? Good. That makes things easier. In Onigakushi, Maebara Keiichi was consumed with the darkness. He couldn't accept the kind words his friends offered him, and eventually beat them to death, not knowing of their kindness. We were all killed after that anyway. That had nothing to do with his story, though. That fragment is the Watanagashi chapter. Sonozaki Shion was cursed in that one. She killed many people out of revenge for her boyfriend's disappearance, as he went missing in 1982. Rika worked so hard. She was captured at the end, but she was tortured to death. That's why she chose to commit suicide in the Meikashi chapter, because things were going to turn out the same way. That fragment over there is called the Minagoroshi chapter. Satoko's uncle came back and locked her up inside her house. That was the worst world of all. There was nothing Rika was able to do in that world. Whenever Satoko's uncle comes back, Rika usually just gives up on that world. Fortunately, Satoko's uncle doesn't come back that frequently. That one is called the Tsumihoroboshi chapter. Rika was there until just a moment ago. Ryugu Rena was possessed in that world. It was pretty exciting to see her take over the whole school. It surprised me to learn that Maebara Keiichi had a memory of the other worlds, just like we do. It was pretty amazing. But then again, most of us have some kind of memory like that. We all have an imaginary world within us. Some idea of what would have happened if we did things differently. It's like the strange feeling you get when you do something for the first time, but it feels like you've done it before. Everyone has a memory of an imaginary world in their mind, but the memory is not always that clear. It's not surprising, really. You're special enough to be able to see those fragments of memory. It's probably very difficult for you to understand how special you really are. You were born into a world where it's a natural thing for you to see these fragments. I was originally born in the normal world. I didn't know until recently that I could collect these fragments of memory. You grabbed those fragments just because you could, but I didn't know how to do that for a long time. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're not interested in hearing my story.
No, go on.
Huh? What's wrong? What are you curious about? Oh. You're curious as to why so many different incidents occur in the same world. It's very interesting, isn't it? Why do you think that's the case? Let's think about it together. Thinking is the first step towards playing a game.
1 second. I need to clear my throat again. I've been muted all this time? I don't know if I want to read all of this over. I've basically been doing a Rika-ish voice, but like in an adult register. It's a Rika voice, not a Rika-ish voice, but if you know, you know. Let me check with this.
For those who only live once, the world of the Onikakushi chapter is nothing but a story where Gage suffered mysterious hallucinations and BS friends to death.
Okay, so I was muted all that time. Let's just keep going.
For them, there's nothing beyond that fact. We, however, can compare different fragments and find out something they could never see. As a result, we know that the murder of his friends was not inevitable. I told you that just earlier. In fact, while there are about 5 or 6 pieces in front of you, he only kills his friends in one of them. That means we can roughly conclude that the possibility Mayabara Cage triggers the tragedy is less than 20% and is almost a fluke. This means that amongst the countless worlds, Mayabara Cage causing the tragedy is an unimportant factor. Now, can you find the common thread to be drawn from here? You found it already? No wonder you were born in this world. You're quick to learn the knack for playing with building blocks. I didn't figure that out for a while. I was born in the normal world, so I could only see things from a single world's perspective. I was too obsessed with the fact that Mayabara Cage caused the tragedy, so I had trouble finding it. Right. That's exactly right. You see it? The Onikakushi, Watanagashi, Miyakashi, and Tsumihoroboshi chapters all have something in common. Someone in the group becomes violent because of dark and paranoid thoughts. In each world, either Mayabara Cage, Sonozaki Shion, or Ryugu Rena became violent as their delusions grew stronger. Mayabara Cage, Sonozaki Shion, and Ryugu Rena are all my close friends, but they were all born and raised differently. The only common factor is that they all live in Hinamizawa. I just said it not too long ago, though.
Well, doesn't Shion technically live in Okinomiya?
When we peer through these fragments of multiple worlds, the constant phenomena become our facts, and the chance phenomena hold little meaning. In other words, the unrelated individual culprits are not all that important. To go further, the violence of their crimes also bears no meaning. Mayabara Cage beat his friends to death. Sonozaki Shion killed the central people of the 3 families, and Ryugu Rena took over the school. They were all different. There's nothing in common there. In fact, the very, very important truth is that while the culprit in crimes are decided at random, their process of growing paranoid until they resort to violence is always constant. The suspect changes every time, but the process does not. After comparing the different routes, this is the truth I found. This is one truth that is common to all the routes of Hinamizawa. The rule is that a random person becomes This is Rule X. Maibara Cage. Sonazaki and Higurashi. Pieces with no particular connection have the potential to succumb to that rule with random probability. I don't know what the probability is those pieces will be ensnared by that rule. Perhaps there is some rule to that too. Is it because these three are all close in age? Or is it because they all live in Hinamizawa? No, we're not detectives or police officers. This is not something that a small girl like us, Federica, can easily figure out. At least we now know that there's a mysterious rule in the world of Hinamizawa. People who only live in one world have no way of knowing. I'm proud of myself for figuring that out. I guess for you it's not particularly surprising though. Huh? What did you say? That's right. If something is common among all worlds, that means it's fated to happen. Some events quickly come to mind, don't they? Right. Tomitaki Jiro and Takano Mio are always killed in those rounds. On top of that, they are murdered in exactly the same way in every world. In other words, unlike our previous rule with its variability, their murders are thoroughly planned out by someone with strong will. So that does not fit with the mysterious, vague relax that leads a random individual to violence. After all, they're always murdered, regardless of who falls through relax. Therefore, there's another rule to these worlds. A rule that says Tomitaki Jiro and Takano Mio will get killed on the night of Watanagashi. Let's call it Rule Y. Don't you see how funny this is? Tomitaki Jiro and Takano Mio are killed in every world, right? Every time. The character who gets cursed always thinks that their deaths have something to do with the danger that's awaiting them. The fact that someone turns violent, Rule X, and Tomitaki Jiro and Takano Mio's deaths, Rule Y. They're supposed to be two independent rules, but they all tend to link them together. Of course, one could say that's how they become ensnared in the spell of paranoia leading them to violence to begin with. But do you think, in their paranoia, would they notice someone is trying to lead them to link those rules together? Yes. Whoever the piece leading them is, they are the one making the stage called Hinamizawa very complicated. You should have noticed at least two suspicious people. You know who I'm talking about?
Maybe I should have gone like this, because Japanese count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's right. I'm referring to Higurashi Takano Mio. When you compare our previous fragments, the role of the piece known as Higurashi becomes clear. He's a detective who is retiring this year, and he's in a hurry to solve the mystery of the series of deaths in Hinamizawa. After he retires, he'll have to move away from the village. That's why he's desperate to solve this case before he has to leave Hinamizawa. Why is he so obsessed with the serial murders in Hinamizawa? That's right. It's because of the first murder involving the manager of the construction site. The victim was always a close friend. You will see that if you look at the Himatsubushi chapter. Oishi was there when the damn conflict was at its peak. He saw how the Sonozaki family took control of the Minagoroshi Guardians, and he believed that the Sonozaki family was pulling the strings behind the whole incident. That's That's why he always suspected that the Sonozaki family was behind a series of mysterious deaths, regardless of the evidence or lack thereof. His personal, biased belief, combined with his credibility as a police detective, affected the pitiable victims of persecution complexes in each world. As a result, the pitiful victims of Rule X come to accept the Sonozaki family as the identity of the unknown force their paranoia seeks. Sonozaki Shion's case was the most conspicuous one in that matter. So yes, if this piece, didn't intervene, then perhaps the victims of Rule X wouldn't have resorted to such violence. So the role his piece plays is to indirectly cause the tragedy. I don't know who named him this, but Oyashiro-sama's servant is the perfect nickname for Oishi. The other suspicious person is Takanomio. One would assume the only role of her piece is to amuse herself with research into Onigafuchi's dreadful history, and to take pleasure in scaring others with those tales. However, just like Oishi, she also gives them the idea that the Sonozaki family is behind all the mysterious events or incidents that happen in the village.
I need to clear my throat. Let me drink some iced tea as well. Yeah, I just came across a previous stream earlier today, I guess, where I say iced tea was not the thing to drink because the acids and the caffeine affecting the vocal folds. But, oh well, we're here now. Alright.
She interfered the most with Higurashi. For Takanomio, Higurashi was the perfect prey, grasping at straws to try and identify the force she suspected. Ironically, however, Takanomio always ends up getting killed at the end. If she had survived and seen Rena take over the school, she would have laughed long and loud. Now, have you realized that these two pieces on the roles they fulfill have their own rule too? They talk about the Sonozaki family, and listeners always believe it. This is Rule Z, and what a humorous rule it is. You should already have an answer to this mystery in your fragments of man. The fact is that the Sonozaki family always acts as if they are responsible, no matter if they are or not. They always pretend to be the villains in order to make sure that people continue to fear them. As a result, the villagers have believed that the Sonozaki family has been pulling the strings ever since the dam conflict ended. Oichi, Kurado, and Takanomio were simply fooled by that rule. Actually, the whole village is fooled by it. So, the more I think about it, the stranger the series of mysterious deaths in Yamazawa seems to be. Do you know why? Nearly all of the fragments of memories we have here are from 1983, so I have no idea about the incidents from 1980 to 1982. But it's likely that interpreting these murders as serial is simply a result of falling victim to Rule Z, believing that the Sonozaki family is pulling the strings behind everything. In short, they may be trying to conflate these multiple crimes, which each happened for different reasons, into one big case. Well, I have no way of discerning the truth from the fragments here. Still, perhaps something lies in one of them. Each case was supposed to have been solved individually, after all. We don't know if that theory is sound or irrational, but it might surprisingly be an element we can't ignore. That reminds me, Shion said something intriguing in the Minagoroshi chapter. That curse system she came up with. Her theory was that the villagers believe that they are allowed to kill an enemy of the village on the night of Watanagashi, the name of Oyashiro-sama's curse. This foundation of murder is allowed in that name alone. It's the true identity of the curse. Since most of the fragments here are from 1983, there's nothing to back the validity of Shion's theory. There are still interesting things about it. In other words, her theory is that the suspect is not the one who's committing the crime. It's the environment that's causing the murder. People in a single world tend to analyze the criminal's life to determine the process that led them to crime. But her idea is different. The real crime is committed not by the criminals, but by the environment. In other words, it may only be happenstance that Robert A committed the crime, and the environment of poverty may have created Robert B instead, or perhaps even Robert C. A may not even be a criminal in another world. Therefore, the real criminal is not A, but the environment that creates A, B, or C. And while people in a single world may be able to reach such an idea, the widespread desire to explain commonly causes A to be lynched by society, while the environment that gave rise to A goes ignored. Did I confuse you? I'm sorry. Perhaps that example was actually harder to understand for you. It's easy for me to see it like that because I'm from the normal world.
Clear throat again.
Let me make it simple for you. The culprit behind the tragedy of many worlds isn't individuals, like my Marquez, Sumazakshion, but the environment. So Rule X is the true culprit involved. You're earning good marks if you can grasp that, even if we don't know the identity of Rule X. And if you can grasp the three rules governing the stage called Hinamizawa, rules X, Y, and Z, then you're earning very good marks. So long as you understand those rules, and even if this is your first experienced world, you should easily find the truth without distraction. See? Isn't it fun? Merely three simple rules are interacting on the stage, creating a kaleidoscope of different worlds. This is probably a very unusual case. In other locations, you shouldn't be able to see such extreme variation even after looping through several worlds. It keeps me entertained just staying here and watching those worlds revolve. Anyway, there's one more fact we can understand from these fragments of worlds. This is the biggest problem we Higurashi are facing. The fact that Higurashi always dies each time. It's as if June 1983 is a dead end for her. Worse, there's no randomness to it. It's guaranteed to happen. In other words, it's the same pattern as deaths of Tomitaki Jiro and Takanomiyo. It's following the exact same rule. Rule Y.
Sorry. Had an itch. I still have an itch. Oh. Kind of deep in there. I can't get deeper than that. Anyway.
Tomitaki Jiro and Takanomiyo are always murdered on the night of Watanagashi. Higurashi state of death is not always the same, but he's always dead by the middle of June. Tomitaki Jiro and Takanomiyo probably attacked on their way home, so that's why it always happens on the same night. But for Higurashi, it's different. She takes different actions in every world, and her lifestyle is very unpredictable. For that reason, the day of her death is not always the same. However, she always dies in June, because a similar powerful conviction vows to kill her too. So it can be we assume the same rule why killing them is also the rule behind your death? Or behind her death? Is the same person killing all three of them? I don't know if this is the same person. It is highly likely the same rule is at work. Is it the same person? Or the same organization? Is it the same views? The same goals? Rika's most important goal is to escape her deadly fate. But it doesn't mean that she just wants to leave the village and survive. She wants to live happily in the village. All of her friends must also be happy too. That's Rika's happy future. The ideal future she hopes for. It's tragic that we can't realize such a simple desire no matter how many times we repeat this. Though, it's a tragedy we're only able to perceive because we're beings capable of comparing the fragments from different worlds. By the way, I have some interesting information. While Rika is almost always killed by Rule Y, have you noticed that she's killed by Rule X in some worlds? Right. It happened in the Watanagashi and the Minagoroshi chapters. Rika committed suicide. You can say she was more or less killed by Rule X via Successive in those worlds. In other words, this is a blunder from Rule Y. Rule Y is trying to kill Rika with a strong desire to achieve some aim. But she was killed before that as a result of the unrelated Rule X. That might have caused him to show some disturbance. If Rule Y's objective is simply to bury Rika, then that's not a problem. But if they have some objective beyond that, then that might show up as some other form. Perhaps the Watanagashi and Minagoroshi chapters have something in common, something that doesn't happen in the other worlds. Unfortunately, we're Rika, so we don't know what happens after Rika is dead. Or, by any chance, do you know what happened? Since I'm Rika, I only know of events during Rika's life. You, on the other hand, are a special existence who was born in a superior world. Is there anything that didn't happen in the Watanagashi and Minagoroshi chapters that happened in all the other worlds after Rika's death? If you know anything, then that must be another truth behind Rule Y. The memories I have here are all mainly about the chaos brought about by Rika's friends, that is, Rule X. But its foundation, Rule Z, and the obvious hostility common among all worlds, Rule Y, are what I believe to be the true rules governing the stage. If so, then Rika's path is the thorny one. She needs to fight Rule Y in order to survive. Unless she defeats it, she has no future passenger in 1983. And to win her own happiness, she must also beat Rule X to win her friend's safety. So long as it's undefeated, one of Rika's precious friends may be led to tragedy. If that happens, then even should Rika survive, she wouldn't have the happy future she hopes for. She also may have to defeat Rule Z, just as Sonozaki faced at Minagoroshi. So long as Rule Z remains, and even if she escapes 1983, it's possible another tragedy may lie waiting in 1984.
1984, huh?
It's extremely likely that Rule Z is the breeding ground for Rule X. Shinobizawa's fundamental belief that Sonozaki family is behind everything, and the custom that anything can be misconstrued as a curse, may indirectly be the root of all evil here. People are not surprised to see somebody die on the night of Watanagashi. That type of thinking is keeping the curse alive in Shinobizawa, where it causes even more tragedy. It's Rule Z reinforcing itself. Rules X, Y, and Z. There are 3 rules that hunt Rika down in the eternal June of 1983. They are all tough obstacles. We didn't even figure out these 3 common rules until recently. Were you aware of them? If you were, I'll give you straight A's. I've tried so hard in the past to break these rules, but I was never successful. However, a miracle happened in the Minagoroshi chapter. Maibara Cage was able to recognize a small fragment from another world by chance, and he beat Roax. In the end, Iriga was still killed that night by a rule Y though. But still, one rule was defeated. That was a huge leap forward. Iriga knew there were 3 common rules among the worlds, but she could never break any of them. Eventually she gave up and lost interest in the worlds. That's how I was born. However, she's different now. She learned something valuable from Maibara Cage. That the rules can be broken with a strong enough will to fight. If she can break all 3 rules, Iriga will be free from her eternal prison. She doesn't have much time left though. Iriga has traveled through many worlds. Her physical lifespan is not a problem, but her mental lifespan is getting shorter. Mentally, she is extremely old, and her soul is starting to turn into something different. In the end, she'll probably lose the ability to experience singular worlds. She's already showing the signs, and eventually her memories from the parallel worlds will mix together, ultimately causing her derangement and loss of Iriga's soul.
I don't think that's how it works, but
Then she will disappear. That means that you and I are going to be left in this dark room. The fragments of our memories will gradually disappear, and we will be left alone in the eternal darkness. Eventually, we will die. Iriga is aware of that. She knows that her mental lifespan is getting shorter and shorter. Anya is also losing her powers. She can't rewind through years of time like she used to. Her power has decreased so much that she can barely rewind 1 month of time. Actually, she can only rewind a few weeks. In the next world, she should only have about 2 weeks of time. Iriga is going to try and break all 3 rules in just those 2 weeks. I wanted to know what's outside the well, so I tried to claw my way up from there. I wanted to know what's outside the well, so I continued to climb even when I fell and injured myself. I finally realized, the higher I climb, the more pain I feel when I fall.
I couldn't read the rest of it. Chapter 7, Minagoroshi-hen. What an introduction. I like that fade out and just a tiny little piece of music. Uh, readjusting all the volume stuff now. I have to clear my throat again. I'm assuming this is Cage. I felt no gravity in the darkness and lost all my senses as a result. I banged my head on the floor with a dull thud. Seeing stars behind my eyelids, I curled into a ball while holding my head in pain.
大丈夫? Are you okay?
Sorry. Uh,
Are you okay?
it's not right.
Are you okay?
That's as good as I can.
怪我はない? Did you get hurt?
That is loud. Um. Turn that way down.
リカ返事をしてくださいまし
Oh, it was Rika. I guess I'll be doing that voice more than. I was kind of hoping not, but oh well. Let's turn the music volume down because I assume that would be loud too. Okay.
Please say something. Please say something.
I'm having trouble.
I had no idea why I was in this situation, but as soon as I heard their voices from the top of the cliff, I realized that I must have fallen. Ah, I remember. I was playing behind the shrine with the rest of the club members. I got too excited and started doing something very dangerous, and the tree branch broke. That's how I fell off the cliff. My body started to ache all over. I remembered how I fell, but I still felt strange for some reason. I couldn't remember what I was doing. No, it was more that I couldn't remember who Furuderika was before I fell off the cliff. I heard Hanyu's panicked voice. I looked behind me and saw Hanyu standing there with a scared look on her face.
Hanyu.
Hanyu. Ouch.
これは一体何事なの?
What just happened?
リカはみんなと遊んでて崖から転げ落ちたのです。
Oh, you were playing with everyone. I fell off the cliff.
大丈夫なのですか?
Are you okay?
羽生、そんなことはどうでもいいわ。
I don't care about that, Hanyu.
今日はいつ?
What day is it today?
昭和何年の何月何日?
What year and what month is it? I always ask this question first when something like this happens. She finally realized that I was asking the same old question.
昭和58年6月なのです。綿流しのお祭りが再来週なのですから、
It's June of 1983. The Watanagashi Festival is next week, so...
なんてこと。
Oh dear.
それしか猶予がないってわけ。
I only have that much time left.
僕たちの力も、これが精一杯なのです。
This is the best we can do. And you muttered regretfully. was the middle of June, 1983. If this really was the best she could do, I had no choice. I couldn't complain. I gradually started to remember more things.
私がまた昭和58年の6月にいるということは。
If this is June of 1983, I see.
また私は殺されたのか。
I was killed again. After Anna surrendered to the police, all of the classmates were given checkups at the clinic. I didn't get hurt, so I sent back home after determined that I had no injuries. My memories started getting vague from that point on, a common characteristic of my violent deaths. When my life is taken away violently, the memory before death becomes vague but static. It's like a violently ripped roll of toilet paper. That example should make it easy to understand, even if it's uncouth. That's why I have no clear memory of what happened and how I died that night.
I have to clear my throat again.
I only have vague memories. I think someone covered my mouth with a handkerchief or something, and I passed out. That's about the only thing that I remember, and only vaguely. I'm not even sure if it really happened. The only thing I know for sure is that I was attacked on my way home, or possibly after I got there, and that I was murdered suddenly. I don't know who killed me or how I was killed. I'm glad that at least I don't remember the horrific ending to my life every time it happens. Because of my experiences, I think I now understand why ghosts wander around this world, not knowing that they died so suddenly. If it's a death from a long-lasting illness, people tend to remember that they were sick. They can kind of assume that they died after being sick for a long time. When your memory is violently disrupted like mine, it can get quite confusing. When I first experienced this, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or not. I even thought that I hit my head hard and lost my memory. I needed to organize things before I get too confused. My name is Higurashi. People look at me in a special way, but that's not a big deal for me. All I want is a happy life where I can play around with my best friends. I can't remember how long I've been living just for the sake of obtaining that simple happiness. This panicked girl here is named Hanyu. I'm the only one who can see her. Perhaps she only exists inside of my head. At any rate, Hanyu is invisible and can generally only interact with me. It'd be a long story if I try to explain Hanyu's existence, so I won't be doing that right now. Besides, I don't even know how I should talk about her. She's been there since I was born, and her existence is a natural thing for me. I saw everyone running up the gravel road toward me. They're my important and lovable best friends. Our group's active, boisterous, and we get serious about doing stupid things. I'm never bored when I'm around them, and I love them very much.
リカちゃん大丈夫？
I forgot the mouth movements.
Rika-chan, are you okay?
捻挫とかしてない？
Did you sprain your ankle?
どこを打ったの？
Where did you get hurt?
おじさんに見せてみて。
Let this old man have a look at it.
み
Wee.
ありがとうなのです。
Thank you so much.
頭にタンコブができただけなのですよ。
I just got a bump on my head. I think all I got was a bump, at least. My injury wasn't as serious as everyone thought.
頭を打った時はその場では大丈夫でも油断がなりませんでしたよ。
holding your hand there, manipulating your Adam's apple, and then sweating. It's not a comfortable feeling. Because your fingernail kind of digs into your skin, and so the sweat irritates your skin because it gets a little deeper.
When you hit your head, you still need to be cautious, even if you're fine for the moment.
Listen to her. Uh,
それもそうだな。
that's true.
念には念で監督に診察してもらった方がいいかもしれないな。
You should get the coach to check you out just in case.
レナもそれがいいと思うな。
That is a good idea.
どうしよう、監督を呼んでくる？
Do you want me to go and get him?
そうだね。
Yeah.
近くの家で電話を借りて監督を呼んでみるよ。
We'll go ask somebody to use a phone and call him here.
I need a more convenient way to mute. If there is such a thing.
そこまでしなくても大丈夫なのですよ。
You don't need to do that.
この通りピンピンしてますのです。
I'm totally fine.
ニパ
Nippa.
ー。ダメですわよリカ。
Absolutely not, Rika.
万が一ということがありましたよ。
You must be cautious. Satoko warned me with a stern voice. It really wasn't a big deal, but I decided to nod since Satoko was trying to be generous. She wasn't trying to boss me around or anything. She was only saying that because of how much she cares. I've seen it before in the many different lives that I've been through. I have no doubt that she's really concerned about me. It's not just Satoko. Mio, Elena, and Keiichi are the same. They're all so nice to me, and they truly do care. Mio left to look for a phone. Elena also left with a towel, looking for the water tap. Satoko remained nearby, taking care of me with a worried face. And Hanyu was just standing there, still wearing a panic cloak. Keiichi seemed to be panicked too, and he was trying not to show it.
Sorry. I'm looking to see if something's dangling off of my mic, and it is. Maybe a little fuzzbar or something. Let me mute the mic. Get it. Got it. Okay, there it is. Sorry, there was the fuzzball, I showed it. It was really bothering me, especially because the frame of my glasses was in the way, and so I was really having trouble seeing. That's why I was darting my eyes like that. That's all I was saying. Muted.
Keiichi seemed to be panicked too, but he was trying not to show it. He was standing by me, wearing a calm expression.
大丈夫か？
Are you alright?
大丈夫なのですよ。
I'm fine.
もう全然痛くないのです。
It doesn't hurt anywhere.
なら不幸中の幸いだったよ
I'm glad you're not seriously injured.
な。よかったよかった。
I was super worried.
I wouldn't feel anything special about his words if this was a while ago. But at that moment when Rena took over the classroom, which hurt Mio, Keiichi tried his best to save Rena. Even so, he was more reliable than I ever imagined from his normal behavior. He's usually an insensitive guy who hurts other people's feelings without noticing. That's not his true self. he has a secret side. He's willing to sacrifice himself for other people.
1 second.
I was just observing that not too long ago. That's why I can honestly feel his generosity now. Now that I think about it, Cage gained a memory from another world the previous time around. Is it possible that he carries that memory in this world too? If that's the case, I have some hope. Hanyu and I are totally powerless. Hanyu is only like air to everyone but me, and I'm just a little girl. There's only so much that we can do ourselves. But Keiichi is different. He changed the fate that I had once resigned myself to. He's somebody who may have the power to take me to my unseen future. If I can get Keiichi to understand me, she could be my hero. Perhaps I'm not expecting that much out of him. I just want someone to understand my struggle of being stuck in this phase.
Keiichi,
Keiichi. I spoke to him slowly. It had been a while since I felt so nervous. I hadn't felt this way since I started my endless life in 1983. As a witch, I normally would know what his response would be before even talking to him. I often remain silent because I already know how pitiful a reply would be. But in that case, why was I so nervous now?
呼んだかリカちゃん。
Did you call me? Pika-chan.
And you gave me a disappointed look before I responded to Keiichi.
リカ。
Nika! I could tell what Hanyu was thinking, too. The miracle wasn't going to happen. If miracles do happen, one could have happened many times in my other lives. But I've only seen one miracle before. The miracle that Cage gave me was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of miracle. Only if it happened again would it be a true miracle. I won't get out of this world just because I rolled 6 and died once. I can't get out unless I get a miracle that's equivalent to getting 6 on the die 10 times in a row. And so, I rolled 10 dice, which they all turned out to be 6.
ケイイチ。
Keiichi,
どうしたんだよ。
What is it?
どこか痛むのか？
Are you hurt anywhere?
he looked at me worried after I called his name twice.
ケイイチは覚えていますですか？
Keiichi, do you remember? I knew how sudden my question was. As I thought you would, he looked at me with a confused face.
え？
Huh?
覚えてるって何の話だよ。
What are you talking about?
I looked inside his eyes to see his true feelings. He should remember. He should know. Even though he doesn't have the memory, Gage experienced it. Uh,
何ですのケイイチさん。
what are you afraid to, Gage-san?
何かリカに悪いことでもしたんじゃありませんの？
If you did something bad to her,
自分の胸によく聞いてごらんなさいですわよ。
you had better speak up.
ケイイチ、学校の屋根の上に登ったことを覚えていますですか？
Gage, do you remember climbing up on the school roof?
学校の屋根？
The school roof!
ケイイチさん、そんなとこに登ったんですの？
Gage-san, you climbed up there?
サトコは黙っててなのです。
I'm not asking you, Satsuko.
ケイイチ、覚えていませんですか？
Do you remember? Gage?
俺が
I did?
屋根の上に？
I climbed on the roof?
いつ？
When?
いやリカちゃん、それは多分 他の誰かの勘違いだろ。
You must be mistaken somehow, Rika-chan.
俺屋根なんか登ったことないし、登り方だって知らないよ。
I never climbed on the roof, and I don't even know how to get up there.
Of course, you haven't experienced it in this world yet. But please, tell me that you remember. I know you've never been up on the roof, but you should still remember doing it. You shouldn't be able to remember it, true. But you actually did once. You should be able to remember it once again.
屋根の上にボールでも取りに行ったんじゃありませんの？
Perhaps you went up there to get a ball or something.
いや、そんな経験一度もねえよ。
Oh, never.
さとこは経験あるか？
Have you been up there, Satogo?
まさか。
Unthinkable.
屋根の上なんて上がったら先生に怒られましたよ。
I would get in such terrible trouble if I did something like that.
でもさ、屋根の上で昼寝とかしたら気分が良さそうだよな。
But I bet it'd feel really good to take a nap up there. I love doing his
覚え
voice.
てるわけないのですよ。
There's no way he would remember.
そんな簡単に奇跡が起こるなら、僕もリカもこんな苦労はしないのですよ。
The yawns have commenced at 3:01 p.m. That's something I only remembered I did previously. See when the yawns commence. Because of watching old Higurashi streams. I had to remind myself how to do certain voices. I didn't know which voices I had to remind myself how to do. So I just listened. Ura went toward the beginning of Minagoroshi-hen.
If miracles could happen that easily, neither of us would be suffering like this. Shut up. I knew that. I knew that he wouldn't remember.
どうせまた僕たちはお祭りの終わりとともに消えてゆく夏のセミの運命なのです。
My fate is already set in stone. We're like a pitiful cicada that dies after the summer festival.
うるさいな。
Shut up. As I stared at her fiercely, I knew realized that she had crossed the line. This might be a waste of time. The maze we're in might not have an exit. It might be an endless loop without a goal in place. We are trapped in this fate. I thought that Keiichi might be able to get me out of here. But that Keiichi I saw was truly a miracle. A momentary glimmer. The Keiichi of this world doesn't bear that same miracle. All the same, I'm not going to give up. Last time too, I gave up on fighting destiny. I realized that then I was beyond salvation, so I bid her farewell and forsook that world. But Keiichi fought and broke the cycle of fate. I should have worked harder with that Keiichi in that world. I could have broken this endless cycle together with him. Am I going to repeat this life, waiting for that miracle to happen again? I can't do that. I don't want to repeat the same life anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this world, my fate, and everything. I'm tired of getting murdered by destiny. Keiichi showed me a miracle. I should be able to do the same too. I must fight. I must fight with all my remaining power. I was always fighting.
Hey, Yarda. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, welcome. How are you doing today?
I was always fighting. I was fighting when I had more power, but I never made it. How can I expect to win this time? Still, I must fight. Keiichi taught me that fate can be shattered. I'm going to fight one more time.
Thank you. I used to voice act Higurashi all the time up until almost 6 years ago. And various tech issues and different things prevented me, and health issues, from continuing. Oh, new tip. Okay. Um, and oh, got an achievement. Breaking the cycle. Let's do this one more time. All right. Sure. Let's view new tips. Um, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. It's been a while. And then tomorrow I get to start Silent Hill F, which is another Yukishi Zero 7 project. He's not the main person behind it, but he's greatly behind, like, um, the story. He's behind the story. Um, and I'm a huge Silent Hill fan as well. So that'll be happening tomorrow. Um, yeah, yeah. And I'm getting an Elgato. Well, I should be able to play Silent Hill 4 anyway because I have the GOG version, but I have it on PS2 as well. So once I get the Elgato, I'll be able to stream it from there too. So I'm really excited. Um, and yeah, I'll be returning to those games in the future at some point. Um, yeah, okay. I kind of remember the username now a little more. Um, but yeah, awesome. Welcome back. That's nice. That makes me happy. An old viewer returning with me after all this time. It says to my granddaughter. Um, oh yeah, wow, wow. I must have started streaming. It was the end of 2015, 2016. It was December. I remember that. My first game was a Silent Hill fan game called Alchemilla. Um, but yeah, awesome. Yeah, yeah. All right. I don't know what voice I'm supposed to use for this. To my granddaughter. Who would this be from? I'll just read it. I'm sorry for leaving you like this. I just need you to understand I'd rather take my own life than be fearful of how many days I have left to live. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. I can't stand the fear of being unable to leave behind a will while my life is prolonged, even as I lose my consciousness. In the end, there's nothing I can leave behind for you. I was unable to leave any of my achievements to this world. I was forgotten before I was dead. I leave this world a humiliated man, knowing that I had no appreciation from anyone. You must do better than me. Oh, I know who this is from. I can't say, but I know who this is from. You must achieve something that your grandfather was never able to achieve. I don't mind what field you choose. You must leave your mark on this world. You must leave behind your achievements. You will eventually die someday. You will eventually turn to ashes. As a human being, that's your inevitable fate. But if you achieve a great success, you will live forever even after you depart. Those who live beyond their deaths are called gods. I wished to become one, but I was unable to do so. So in my place, you must become a god someday. All right. Someone wants someone to succeed. In science! Um, Save. Yes, save. Just keeping track of the time. In less than 2 hours, I'll have a medication. I have two medication alarms going off at the same time because don't want to miss it. And then I have another medication alarm 15 minutes after that. But anyway, in that time, I'll get up and get my stuff and continue on, I guess. Well, maybe my throat will be too damaged, but we'll see. Oh man, starting Silent Hill F tomorrow with
はい
her voice might be something I don't want to do, but I am committed to it, and I do really want to start that game. I'm actually still blind to the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm staying like out of that completely until I decide whether I'm getting a PS5, which would be a while in the future, and get it that way, or get it on Steam. Which I have a brand new computer. I haven't had a computer in a working computer in a good while. I've had to use someone else's occasionally, but I couldn't stream from that one. So that was part of what was holding me back. But semi-recently I've been doing Cyberpunk 2077 from the PS4. And I have an AverMedia to capture that to computer so I could stream it from the computer. I have my webcam and logo and chat box and alert box and everything. And that's gonna be like kind of wrapping up just about to the point of no return with side quests and stuff, where you have to go on the main quest a specific way and you can't do anything else after that. Anyway, there. Oh, I don't know what I keep clicking that brings that up.
もう結構ですよ
You're all done.
Irie withdrew the needle from Satoko's arm. It must not have hurt much for the needle to be pulled out. Satoko kept her eyes closed in fear, thinking that the needle was still inside her arm.
さとこ、お注射はもう終わったのですよ。
It does feel like the needle's still stuck in there afterward. I'm used to it by now, though. I get saline hydration infusions. Well, I should say I used to get. I'm trying to get them again, but I just moved. And I don't know what's happening with the referral. I hated Satoko. I still don't really think positively about her. But it's just whatever. I've had to like make how I voice her sound more sympathetic since Minagoroshi-hen. And that's all. That's all I could say about how I feel about Satoko now. Of course, this arc is going to be about Satoko largely. So, spoilers.
Satoko, you're all done, you know? What?
あら、もう終わってたんですの。
Oh, it's finally over? As Satoko opened her eyes, she found that Irie was no longer sitting in front of her. Takano was wiping her arm with rubbing alcohol instead.
そうよ。もう終わってたのよ。
That's right. You're all done now.
入江先生は私よりお注射が上手だから。
But Irie is good with needles, unlike me.
I always thought that Monica Taylor Horgan would have been a good English voice actress for Takano. I feel like she could get that. Oh well.
終わったことにも気づかなかったでしょ
You didn't even notice he was finished.
傷口を揉んじゃダメよ。
Don't touch that part of your arm for a while, okay?
できれば重いものも持たないこと。
Also, try not to carry anything heavy.
わかっていましたよ。
Of course! I know that by now.
さとこは偉いのですよ。
Good for you, Satoko.
なでなでしてあげますのです。
I'll pet got your hat for you.
注射くらいもう全然平気ですのよ。
It was nothing.
理科に撫でられるような覚えはございませんですわ。
There's nothing I did that would require you to pat my head. Not long ago, she would go into a panic when it was time for her to get her shot. The way she behaved today in itself is worthy of praise. Everyone in the room smiled, aware of that growth.
じゃあ、さとこちゃんはいつもの検査を受けてください。
Please, give her the usual test.
高野さん、お願いします。
Will you, Takano-san?
ええ。
Sure.
さあ、さとこちゃん。いつものクイズをしましょうね。
Alright, Satoko-chan. It's time for the quiz we always do.
高野さんのクイズは答えにくい問題が多くて私苦手ですわね。
Team Shion. Yeah, Shion was my waifu. Yeah.
Your quiz is always quite difficult for me.
いつもと同じよ。
Take it easy.
答えづらい問題はわからないと言ってくれればいいわ。
If it's too difficult, you can just tell me that you don't know the answer.
変に考え込まず、自然に思いついた答えを口にしてくれればいいのよ。
You don't have to think too hard. Just tell me whatever comes to mind at the moment. Takano smiled at Satoko to ease her tension. Then she led Satoko to a desk in the back of the examination room.
さとこの具合、良いといいのです。
I hope Satoko gets better soon. I don't know if it's because of the heat, but Satoko has been showing negative symptoms since last month. The change of the seasons can affect her physically and emotionally. It's not a surprise that this is happening to her.
私は入江たちのところへでも行って、さとこの容体を聞いてみるわ。
I'm going to see Irie and ask him how Satoko is doing.
羽生はどうする？
What are you going to do, Hanyu?
僕はさとこのそばにいてあげますのです。
I'm going to stay with Satoko.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
そうしてあげて。
I'll leave it to you.
Why? She seems to be powerless to do anything, as you say. I'm being a bit critical, ruining the narrative. Anything. Anyway,
Hanyu went over to where Satoko was. Fortunately, I'm the only one who can see Hanyu. She won't be a distraction if she goes and observes Satoko's test. I, of course, would be a distraction like that. This is supposed to be a routine exam, but it seems like Takano is teasing her by giving her difficult questions. It would be pretty funny to observe how Satoko reacts to them. I'm a little jealous that Hanyu gets to watch everything without being a bother to Satoko. Irie was
oh, excuse me.
Irie was talking with two other staff members about Satoko's exam results. I walked up and joined them.
よかった。
I have a bunch of gas trapped up top, and I can't burp, so it's gonna come creaking out on occasion. Along with acid reflux, apparently. Thank goodness.
では、解放に向かっていますか？
She seemed to be improving. From what Irie was saying, her results must have turned out well.
入江、
Irie,
どうなのですか？
how is she?
安心してください。
Don't worry.
いい結果が出ました。
The results were good.
では、あとよろしくお願いします。
I'll discuss this more with you two later.
After ordering his staff to continue their work, Irie showed me some difficult paperwork and started explaining it to me.
先週の検査結果に少々焦りすぎたようです。
I guess we overreacted to the test results from last week.
急に気候が変わったので、 交感神経が過敏に反応したのでしょう。
Her condition shifted dramatically because of the change in climate.
風邪をひきかけたりということはありませんでしたか？
Did she have a cold by any chance?
There was one night recently that was fairly hot. Satoko was sleeping without a blanket, and her stomach was exposed. She might have caught a cold that night.
お腹を出して寝てたことがありましたです。
She was sleeping with her belly exposed.
おへそをつっついたけど起きなかったのです。
I poked her belly button, but she didn't wake up at all.
Hmm.
それは羨ましい。
I was just thinking that sounds too much like fan service for the wrong demographic. And, the wrong demographic is right here. That sounds like fun.
ぜひ今度そういうことがあったら呼んでください。
Please call me if that happens again.
私もさとこちゃんのおへそをプニプニしてみたいものです。
I would love to poke Satoko-chan's belly button too.
プニプニなのですよ。
It's so soft.
お腹もぽよぽよなのです。
Your belly is chunky too.
かわいいからお布団をかけるのがもったいないのですよ。
It was so cute that I didn't want to cover it with a blanket.
So you got your friend
それが
sitcom.
寝冷えの真相ですか。
Yeah. That's why she caught a cold, huh?
リーカー、
Rika!
聞こえていましたよ。
I can hear you.
そういう時はこっそりお布団をかけてくださいませ。
You better put a blanket on me next time.
ダメよさとこちゃん、検査中よ。
You're in the middle of a quiz, Satoko-chan.
時間も計ってるんだからこっちに集中して。
You need to concentrate. Irie, Hanyu, and I all laughed. Satoko went back to her test with a bitter look on her face. Irie began speaking to me in a softer voice.
ただ小康状態には戻りましたが、レベルはレベル3マイナス。
She's in remission, but her level is still L3 negative.
昨日も今日も明日も危険な状態を脱していないことに変わりはありません。
She was and will continue to be in a critical condition.
レベル3は永遠に治らないのですか？
She's never ever going to get better?
That kind of rhymes, sort of.
アナフィラキシーショックと同じで、仮に異物が完全に取り除かれても人体側に過剰な反応を示す体質が作られてしまいます。
Just like with anaphylaxis, her body will be conditioned to react severely even after the foreign chemical is out of her system.
つまり
In other words,
サトコは完治しても一生レベル3から治らない。
She'll never move below the level 3 stage.
oh, I'm getting tripped up.
そういうことになります。
Yes, that's right. I need to clear my throat.
ですが悲観することはありません。
But it's not the end of the world. Make sure I'm unmuted.
規則正しい生活習慣とセルフコントロール、
She can control it by maintaining a proper lifestyle.
そしてある種の投薬を続けることによって症状の発生を抑えることができます。
As well as taking some medication.
一生治らない。
But it'll never be cured in a whole lifetime. I looked at Satoko as she enjoyed taking her test. She seemed to be having fun, even while being teased by Takano. I can't believe that she's suffering from an incurable disease.
言葉を悪く言えばそうなります。
Start cracking my back. If you think of it in a negative way, you're right.
ですが世の中には難病ではあってもうまく病気と付き合っていけるケースも少なくありません。
But many people in the world are coping with incurable illnesses.
例えば糖尿病がそうでしょう。
Diabetes is a good example.
病気そのものは生涯治りませんが、その発症は抑えることができます。
The condition itself can never be cured, but the symptoms can be controlled.
I know that very well. There are many worse diseases in the world. Satoko might be in a relatively good situation compared to many other sick people.
もちろんこれで妥協するつもりはありません。
Of course, I'm not giving up on her.
さとこちゃんはきっと完治させます。
I'll make sure that I'll cure her disease someday.
絶対にです。
I promise.
信じてますですよ。
Shouldn't make promises not knowing for sure, but he's him. He's he.
I trust you.
ええ、
Yes,
信じてください。
trust me.
Irie spoke to me with a serious look on his face. As Satoko's best friend, I felt relieved to hear his words. I'm sure he'll do his best to save Satoko's life. I have no doubt that he'll do so. I've seen him act like this in every life I've lived. I also know why he's so passionate to save her. But I'm not supposed to know about it in this life. That's why I always pretend not to see his sad smile. He's...
そうだリカさん、
Yeah. By the way, Rika-san,
月末にまた少し大掛かりな検査があります。
we'll be conducting another big test at the end of the month.
今度は僕がモルモットになる番なのですか？
Am I going to be the guinea pig this time?
そんなつもりは。
It's not like that.
医学に貢献していただいていますし、大勢の人を救うことにもなります。
You're only helping our studies, which will save many people's lives.
Irie's guinea pig is not just Satoko. I'm also one of them. Although, guinea pig is probably not the right term. Without Irie's efforts, Satoko would not be here today. For that reason, I should be showing respect to this man. I smiled at him, since my choice of words had hurt his feelings.
僕を調べてサトコの治療に役立つのなら僕がモルモットでもいいのです。
If testing me can save Satoko's life, I don't mind being a guinea pig.
ご協力を感謝します。
Thank you for your support.
もう少し人と設備とお金があればこれだけの負担をかけないのですが。
I wouldn't be causing you so much trouble if I had more money and equipment.
The next moment, the phone rang.
Switching voices is hard, like this.
Irie answered in his usual business-like tone.
はい、もしもし、入江です。
If you can't already sound enough like your cage voice voicing all the narration, then you run into a problem. Hello? This is Irie.
東京から凱旋です。
Oh, I already have to do a phone voice modulator again. I was wondering how long it would be until I had to run into that. Let's use this side of the envelope. Conceal my private information. Oh. You have a call on the line from Tokyo.
そちらへ回します。
I'll transfer it to the other phone. It probably concealed nothing because the bottom part was exposed to the microphone.
I could hear the voice from the phone.
ああ、リサさんですね。
Ah, that must be Risa-san then.
もう今年もそんな時期になりましたか。
Is that time of the
電
year
話は所
already?
長室で取りますから、そっちへ回してください。
I hit it too quickly. I'm going to pick it up at the office. Will you transfer it there?
はい。
Absolutely.
ではすみません。そちらの受話器を一度切ってください。
Please hang up on this line in that case.
わかりました。
Okay.
リカさん、すみません。
I'm sorry, Rika-san.
東京からの電話です。
I got a call from Tokyo.
いってらっしゃいなのですよ。
Don't mind me. As soon as Irie hung up the phone in the other room started ringing. He left the examination room and headed toward the office. Hanyu returned to my side as soon as Irie left. Hanyu doesn't like to be around me when I'm talking with Yurie. I don't think she dislikes him. It's just that she doesn't really want to hear what he has to say. Yurie doesn't mean any harm, but Hanyu is often hurt by the things that come out of his mouth.
どうさとこの様子は
How's Satoko doing?
さとこは相変わらず間違い探しは下手くそなのです。
She's not good at spot the difference, like usual.
僕の方がいっぱい見つけられましたのですよ。
I was able to find more differences than her.
あんたの検査結果なんてどうでもいいでしょ。
I don't care how well you did.
さとこの結果はどうなの
What about Satoko? I thought she was there to check on Satoko, but she was taking the quiz alongside her instead. That's so typical of Hanyu. She was treating it almost like a game, but Satoko was tired after taking the same quiz every week. She seemed sleepy, especially after waking up so early this morning. The quiz in this case wasn't about a right or wrong answer. It was about timing, in minutes, how long it took her to answer the question, and observing how she acted during the quiz. Not all of the questions would be simple ones, so Satoko often got headaches, more so than even the spelling tests we take at school.
もうほとんど終わりなの
Is it almost over?
はいです。
Yes, it is!
今高野が持っているのが最後の一冊なのですよ。
The book Takano has right now is the last one! Takano was showing a book to Satoko with abstract pictures inside. I couldn't even tell if that was supposed to be a picture. It was just a symmetrical ink stain.
Oh, Rorschach test.
さあ、これで最後よ。
Here, this is the last one.
これは何に見えるかしら
What do you think this is? Both Hanyu and I looked at the picture over Satoko's shoulders. Even I didn't know what to answer when looking at that strange ink stain.
と、と、
Satoko continued to think. Takano observed her, taking notes while Satoko struggled. She was also timing how long it took her to answer, holding a stopwatch under the table. I spoke to Hanyu so only she could hear me.
羽生は何に見える
What do you think it looks like?
このシミ。
Hanyu.
As I'm manipulating my Adam's apple, tried to mention this before, but I was muted actually. Your fingernail ends up digging in and you're sweating, so the sweat gets a little deeper into your skin, like outside the pores, and it irritates it, of course. So that's been happening.
Well, oh, the growl there.
ソフトクリームなのです。滑って落としてしまって地面にべっしゃりとなのです。
It's successive ice cream. It fell into the ground and ended up like this.
もったいない。
It's been wasted.
なるほど。実に相手の考えがわかるテストね。
I see. This is a good test for understanding a person's mind. To me, it looked like a horse mackerel that had been cut open and its guts pulled out.
Is that a memory as well?
I was thinking of food too. It was rather shocking to learn that my thought processes are the same as Hanyu's.
何に見えるかしら
What does it look like to you?
思いつきでいいのよ。
You don't have to think too hard. Satoko must not be very good at this test. She always takes a long time to answer questions like this. She finally opened her mouth to speak.
2匹の蝶々が重なっている感じですわね。
It's like two butterflies are on top of each other.
2匹の蝶々が重なって。
Two butterflies on top of each other.
いいわよ。続けて。
Tell me more about it.
どうして蝶々は重なっているのかしら？
Why are they on top of each other? Takano continued to take notes as Satoko spoke. Curious about what she was writing, I looked, but... Is that German? I can't read it at all. Takano is so mean.
ずっと離れ離れで会えなかった蝶々が、やっと一緒になれて喜んでるところ。ごめんなさいですわね。
They were apart for quite some time, but having finally reunited, they're excited to see each other again. I apologize.
私も何を言ってるのか自分でよくわかりませんわね。
I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
いえ、そういう答え方でいいのよ。
No, you're doing just fine.
思いついたことが抽象的なら、そのまま口にしてくれればいいの。
You can just tell me whatever's on your mind.
そういう検査なんだから。
That's the whole point of this test.
本当にこんなへんてこな絵の感想を言うだけで検査になりますの？
Are you certain even such a strange answer is serving a purpose?
なるわよ。
Of course.
例えば、今のこの絵だけど、
For example, take this picture.
去年のさとこちゃんは別な答えを出してるの。
You gave me a totally different answer last year.
それを比べるだけでも、この1年のあなたの変化を測ることができるわよ。
I could tell how you've changed just by comparing how you respond.
なんだか嫌なテストですわね。
Really, I don't like this test.
去年の私はこの絵に何て答えたのでございますの？
What did you even say last year? Takano smiled and took a note without answering. Takano smiled and took a note without answering her question. I tried to remember what her answer was, but I have more than 100 years worth of memories in my head. Hanyu might remember better than I do. As I looked at Hanyu, I realized that she was standing there with a sad expression. I decided not to ask her. I could tell what kind of answer Satoko gave back then just by looking at Hanyu's face. Last year, June 1982. That was when Satoko was being abused by her cruel aunt. Recalling that, I didn't even want to know what Satoko answered. But just like a year later, the Satoko who was so worn down could no longer be seen. She became so strong. I knew how difficult it was for her to stay tough and strong like this. Her growth over the past year is overwhelming to me.
ケンさん、終わりましたか？
Are you done with the test? Irie returned from his office.
Irie returned from his office.
ええ、終わりましたわ。
Yes, we are finished.
だいぶさとこちゃんも手際が良くなりましたわ。
Satoko-chan is handling it a lot better now.
今日はだいぶ早く終わりましたのよ。
We were done pretty quick today.
早く終わらせるように頑張ったんですもの。
I did my best to ensure it was done with quickly.
今日は用事がある日だからのんびりとはできませんのよ。
I have plans after this, so I can't stay here too long.
おや？今日は何かあるんですか？
Oh? You have something after this?
日曜日ではありませんでしたっけ？
Today is Sunday,
今
right?
日はみんなでミーのおじさんのおもちゃ屋さんで部活があるのですよ。
We're doing a club activity at Misako's Toy Store today.
なるほど。さとこちゃんが妙に今日はおとなしく検査に従ってくださると思いました。
No wonder you were so obedient with the test today.
予定が詰まっていたんですね。
It was because you have plans.
それは悪いことをしました。
Sorry we held you so long.
ではさとこちゃん、これはいつものです。
Well, here's your stuff, Satoko-chan.
Irie put a big paper bag on the table. He opened it up and gave her instructions about the medications. Satoko had heard the same instructions over and over before, but EDA still continued to talk just the same.
状態がいいようですので、お注射はこれまでの日に2回に戻します。
Since you're doing better, you can go back to 2 shots per day.
昼食前と就寝前の2回に必ず注射をしてください。
Please give yourself a shot before lunch and before you go to bed.
注射針は必ず変えるように。
Make sure you change the needle every time.
同じ針を2度使ってはいけませんよ。
Don't ever use the same one twice.
それからこちらはどうしても体調が悪くなった時のみ食後に。
I'm prescribing this one in case you really need it when you're feeling sick.
はいはいはい。いつもと同じですわよ。分かっていましたよ。
Yeah, yeah, same as usual, I know. Satoko couldn't wait to meet her friends for the club activity. It made me feel happy to see her as excited as this.
注射、2本に戻りましたのですよ。よか
She only has to take 2 shots per day now.
ったのです。
I'm glad. The number of shots she has to take each day represents how well she's doing. So it's a good thing that she has to take fewer shots.
大変よね。1日に2本も注射を打つのは。
It's tough for her to give herself a shot 2 times a day. Hanya grew quiet after hearing my comment.
Kind of blanked on what we were even discussing. I need to clear my throat again. All right.
EDA handed her the paper bag after he finished his instructions.
リカ
Rika!
終わりましたよ。
At last, it's over!
ええ、お疲れ様。
Hey, good job.
検査中からずっとそわそわしてたからね。
You seemed anxious during the test today.
いってらっしゃいな。
Have fun with your friends.
すみませんわね、上の空で。
I'm sorry I was so tense.
いつも検査をしてくださって感謝していますのよ。
You have my thanks for all that you've done for me.
ほら、もう時間がないんじゃないの？
Are you going to make it on time?
私の車で送ろうかしら。
I can give you a ride there.
そうそう。また車に新しいぬいぐるみがあるのよ。
Oh, I also bought a new stuffed animal. It's in my car.
今度は約束通り、さとこちゃんが名前をつけてくれていいわよ。
You can give it a name if you like.
あら、
Oh my!
何のぬいぐるみでございますかしら。
What sort of creature could it be?
どんな名前にしようか迷いますわね。
I wonder what I should name it.
何の動物のぬいぐるみなんですの？
Well, what is it exactly?
また猫なのよ。
It's a cat again.
今度は虎島なの。
One with tiger stripes this time.
可愛いからきっと気に入ってくれるわよ。
I think you'll like it a lot. Satoko and Takano are good friends. They're both fond of stuffed animals. Every time Takano gets a new one, she brags about it to Satoko. That's all they have in common, but having a friend like Takano is a special thing for Satoko. She's part of the Hojo family who tried to betray the village. People at the clinic are the only adults who even talk to Satoko.
じゃあお二人とも部活行ってらっしゃい。
Have fun at the club.
罰ゲームが未定でしたらぜひメイド服の着用を提案してくださいね。
You should suggest wearing maid uniforms for the punishment game. What am I doing that's opening the system menu?
サイズから種類までいろいろと取り揃えておりますので。
I have every kind and every size.
また来週お会いしましょう。
Either way, I'll see you next week.
嫌なこったなのですよ。
No, thank you.
また来週なのです。
See you next week.
さ、行きましょうですわ。
Wow, let's be going.
今日は部活メンバーだけじゃありませんものね。
Our battle today is not only against the club members.
腕が鳴りましたよ。
I'm itching to put my skills to the test. I bowed slightly and made to leave the examination room. But I soon realized something. Irie was looking at me with a sad expression on his face. Just with that look, I could tell what he wanted to say. Please take care of Satoko-chan if something happens to her. I nodded at him and stepped out into the hallway with Satoko.
やれやれ。
My goodness!
検査は慣れても疲れますわね。
I'm used to these tests and quizzes, but they always leave me exhausted.
検査、お嫌なのですか？
You don't like taking the test?
めんどくさいから嫌ではありますけど、これも仕事ですもの。
Well, I don't, but they are my job.
Uh,
仕方ありませんわ。
oh, it's right clicking. Clicking on the right of my mouse pad.
There's nothing I can do about that. Satoko is supporting Irie's research. She gets financial support by helping him out. Or at least, that's what Satoko thinks she's doing.
Oh. I'm wondering if I should continue. Let's see. Yeah, let's continue.
Satoko was bursting with enthusiasm, so we headed to Okinomiya at full speed. We wound up waiting for Keiichi and the other club members for a long time. We got here early, but they were late. I think they were late the last time we did this too. Did it mean that this was something that was meant to happen? It's unpleasant that I can't even change the most minor of fates. I finally saw them coming toward us on their bikes.
皆様方、
Hello, everyone!
お待ちしてましたよ。
How utterly slow all of you are! Satoko acted like she was upset, but I could tell that she was pleased to see them just the same.
さとこが可愛いのですよ。
Satoko is so cute!
そこが飽きないのよ。
That's why I know I'll never tire of her.
可愛すぎる。
She's adorable. Satoko's behavior soothes my feelings of frustration. This is why I love Satoko. If she was a small fluffy animal, I would definitely keep her in a cage.
さとこちゃん、リカちゃん、おはよ
I think Rena would agree with you.
Good morning! Good morning, Satoko-chan! Rika-chan!
う。おはようございますなのです。
Good morning!
おー
Hey!
おはようリカちゃん。
Good morning, Rika-chan!
サトコ、警察が来る前にケリをつけるぞ。
Satoko, think fast. We gotta do this quick before the cops get here.
目標は10億強奪だ。
Our goal is 1 billion yen.
圭一さんの話がわかりませんわ。
Huh? Jason, what in the world are you talking about?
遅くなったかな。
Are we late?
リカちゃんたちは今来たの？
When did you guys get here?
今日は早く終わったので、だいぶ待ってましたですよ。
It didn't take too long, so we've been waiting here a while. Mio and Rena know that Satoko gets a checkup every Sunday at the clinic.
そりゃあ悪いことをしたわ。
Sorry about that.
こっちはケイちゃんがなかなか来なくてさ。
Kei-chan didn't show up on time, so that's why we're late. That Keiichi. So he's the reason they're always late.
圭一では仕方ありませんですよ。
That's not really surprising.
ニパ
ニパ
ちょい待て。
Wait a minute.
俺が悪役になりゃ丸く収まるのかよ。
Am I the bad guy here?
ー、もちろん
Of course.
圭一さんでなくては務まらない大役でしたよ。
Of all the club members, he's the only one who could play the villain.
実に嫌な大役だな。
What's that supposed to mean?
こんなので丸く収まると思ったら大間違いだぞ。
You better watch your mouth.
Keiichi and Satoko messed around with each other. Satoko acted like she was crying, and then I punched Keiichi, knocking him out cold. It was the same old situation they always got into. I can watch this sort of thing forever. It's like having a glass of cold milk after taking a hot bath.
Must be for people who actually like milk. I don't like milk, well, plain milk anyway. It must. I'm just guessing, but I must be a little lactose tolerant. But they say like a lot of people are and don't know it.
やっぱりこれが正しい丸い収め方だよな。
I can never win against her.
前歯が欠ける前に新しいオチを探した方がいいと思うけどね。
You should get up and move before she cracks your front teeth. We all laughed at him and finished greeting each other.
今日もみんなとっても元気なのです。
It is lively as always.
元気に勝る宝はないわね。
Nothing's more precious than one's health.
そんなこと言ってると
うるさいな。
あ
誰のせいだと思ってんのよ。
You're sounding like an old lady, Dika. Shut up. Who cares what you think?
当分甘いものを食べるのやめるわよ。
I'm not going to eat any sweets if you keep on saying things like that.
Kind of feels like I cheated my way through that, but my voice begs to differ. Second.
嘘よ。冗談だからあんまりひっつかないで。
ごめんなさいなのです。リカちゃんは今日もご機嫌だね。
I've been muted. I haven't been muted long, but I've been muted quite a bit, and I just closed the game, and so I can't reread the log. Oops. I began this game muted for a good while too, but at least it was through a large portion of the intro. I can deal with that. Yeah, but this is my first stream since my 31st birthday stream, which was my first PC stream in what? Almost 6 years, I think. I think so. Um, so I'll probably get better at this. Let's hope I get better at this. Um, but yeah, let's see if there's anyone we can raid. Um, oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough viewers to raid. So let's just end stream here. Tomorrow, I'm going to be starting Silent Hill F. Again, it's another Yukichi07 project. He's behind the story. And I'm a big Silent Hill fan anyway. And I've got a new computer that can probably handle the performance of it, which is a big deal for me. I got this new computer for Christmas, and I got shortly after Christmas a new computer desk, which wasn't planned, but I'm super excited. And yeah, I'm streaming from said computer on said desk. So yeah, especially not having had a working computer of my own for a couple of years, this is a big deal for me. So I'm just happy to be having all of this. Yeah. Anyway, let's pick up tomorrow with Silent Hill F. Until next time, Wale!